right. Thank you very much, City Council. Mr. Mayor, seeing how this is the last meeting before the election, thought I'd take an opportunity to share some thoughts on term limits. It's been discussed in our town before in the past. I don't think it's been necessary. I think the argument has been we have limited terms of office, 4 years, so we don't need term limits. You can have as many as possible, and it's up to the voters to vote off council members who never want to resign. That was an issue like 8-10 years ago, and I still don't think it's necessary. What I think, in my mind, what makes it unnecessary is having a vigorous, supportive civic dialogue and support of a free and fair election so that candidates who would challenge the incumbents have a chance to do so. So far this season, we've got 7 challengers challenging the 2 incumbents. We've been over about why the city doesn't sponsor any sort of candidate forum. The idea is that private organizations should take that on. It's not a city business. That makes sense. Unfortunately, when another civic organization tries to do that, we see significant pressure from 2 of the candidates to have that not happen. So it's sort of the idea that the city shouldn't get involved. It's more like no one should be involved. So there has been no candidate forum. There's been some discussion on Facebook. There's been me and other candidates coming to City Council and speaking publicly, but it's never been on the agenda. There's no other organizations having sort of airing of the issues that I can see. And beyond bitter partisanship or those type of things, I think we deserve a fair airing of how people stand on different things. That to me just makes sense, and we don't seem to have that. So in lieu of that, perhaps term limits is an idea. We have one candidate running for his 5th term, another one running for their 4th term. They've served 3.5 or 2.5 terms already, and it may start to look like, okay, well, it looks like the establishment, unless we have someone like Mike Vaughn, which I think did it right. He served 1 term, 1 year as mayor, decided not to run again, and everyone thinks highly of Mike Vaughn. He's out like hiking Bryce Canyon or something, living his best life. So that's a good model. 1 or 2 terms would be normal. I think 3 is kind of pushing it. More than that, it seems like you never want to resign. And if we had a vigorous sort of civic debate, it would make more sense. But the actions of the incumbents squelching that, it makes it seem like we may have to do something else, depending on how next week works out. Thank you.